Good morning, everybody, at the COP23, at our networking meeting on the topic of blockchain technology for enhanced climate action. My name is Miroslav Polca. I'm the CEO of the International Association for the Advancement of Innovative Approaches to Global Challenges. And we are organizing this networking meeting together with Alexei from the Russian Carbon Fund, and there will be also some other partners joining us. And the basis for this networking meeting is the fact that, and also, of course, Moeda is our partner, the online cooperative crypto banking mechanism platform. And we are here because our organizations have together the exhibit booth on blockchain technology for enhanced climate action. You can see here one of the poster segments. And we believe that blockchain technology has great potentials to enhance climate action, both by state actors, but especially also by non-state actors. And there is a call published by the UNFCCC, the Secretariat. There's an advanced call for partnership for distributed ledger technologies, including blockchain, to support global climate action. And there's this opportunity for partnership with the UNFCCC with regard to the non-state actors zone for climate action, which for the time being has a high systemic relevance, but a very poor database and a very poor technological background. And the idea of this meeting is that we look how we can join forces to provide background ICT infrastructure for the documentation, verification, and incentivization of climate action on the NASCAP portal. My organization has a particular interest in documenting and incentivizing youth climate action. We have here a poster that we have created, multi-stakeholder partnership, including public, private, local, national, international organizations who are trying to provide young people with all the resources that they need to take meaningful and rewarding climate action. And here, one element is access to knowledge, one element is access to technology, one aspect is access to funding, and we have a large-scale resource mobilization campaign where we've said that really this is such a priority issue, youth empowerment for climate action, non-state actors empowerment for climate action, that the philanthropic sector should invest at least $100 million for youth empowerment for climate action. We are looking in particular at the signatories of the Giving Pledge. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they have convinced 168 billionaires' families to pledge to give back to society half of their wealth before they die. And so we are saying out of these $400 billion that have been pledged already, why not invest or channel a significant amount towards building this institutional and the technological infrastructure for youth engagement, but which is then, of course, at the same time also very useful for other stakeholder groups. You will see our ideas in more detail at the exhibit booth, and the slogan that we have there is technological and social innovation for enhanced non-state actors climate action. And with this, I would give the word to Alexei to present the DAO IPCI and the Russian Carbon Fund, and the Russian Congress of Engineers, I think, is also the exhibit partner there. And we are very grateful and happy that you are with us and that you helped us also to produce the poster there.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Miroslav. This is indeed a great honor and great pleasure to be here and to represent our solutions. So could you please
the one that you just now sent?
Well, actually, you can open our poster, which will be at our exhibition booth, available for 2 COP weeks. And we invite everybody to join us at our booth and to discuss how blockchain can disrupt climate finance and other sustainability-related industries here and work out possibilities for cooperation. So first of all, I will start with representing Russian Carbon Fund, which is the leading sustainability think tank in Russia and established since 2011. It unites leading experts, leading scientists in different fields of sustainability, helping companies reduce their sustainability risks and implement sustainability strategies. Russian Carbon Fund is also a member of several international organizations and is actively working on development of clean technologies, such as also blockchain technologies. But I'm here mostly to represent DAO IBCI, which stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, Integral Platform for Climate Initiatives. It's a very long name, but very interesting and disruptive things stand behind it. So first of all, I want to start with the concept of DAO, which stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and which is new types of organizations that blockchain technology brings to us. This type of organization is not centralized, it is distributed, and it is based on digital blockchain protocols and smart contracts that are in the core basics of this technology. So the idea of our solution was in fact to establish a common framework, a digital blockchain infrastructure for the global green finance markets. We're not substituting any market member with this innovation, but we're giving current market members and market leaders possibility to transform their operations to increase efficiency and eliminate key barriers to growth of green finance markets, such as lack of trust, transparency, and also our big aim is to bring linkage across markets and to contribute for creation of a global climate finance market. So in this concept, every climate program or other environmental program can transform their operations and put them into blockchain. Let's say they can create a decentralized environmental program in our ecosystem. And this program means that the person or the entity who established this program becomes an operator and nominates different roles in this program and cooperates with their partners in blockchain using the benefits of this technology. And this brings P2P, peer-to-peer access to green investment for people and businesses with the help of special application, which is online decentralized application, and attracting investment into green projects without any regulatory borders and also on a peer-to-peer basis, so no need of many intermediaries in this process. Also, our solution helps to track and offset environmental and carbon footprint and also track quantified commitments. But the real breakthrough innovation is the possibility to launch and manage decentralized environmental programs and to blockchainize, to put in blockchain existing corporate, regional, national, or even international programs such as UNFCCC Paris Agreement. And our team has already submitted our proposal to blockchainize Article 6 of the Paris Agreement using current infrastructure that is already in place. How many minutes I have?
No, I think for the start it's already quite good, but if you want to.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that this is not a concept, it's not an idea. The project started 2 years ago, and for now we have the working protocol, blockchain set of rules and smart contracts, and we have the decentralized application that every environmental program can use and enter our ecosystem and benefit from the blockchain features. And also we've made 2 historic milestones with DAO IPCI, which is the first ever carbon credit transaction using blockchain. And 2 weeks ago, we made the first carbon credits issuers in blockchain. So if you want to know more, we're happy to see you at our booth, and you can always contact us. We invite everybody to join DAO IPCI because it can help you without sufficient investment, without knowledge and hiring people. It can help you use blockchain for the benefit of global sustainability and reaching Paris Agreement goals. Thank you.
Wonderful, perfect, congratulations. This is really very inspiring that you have all these technological solutions for these problems of Paris Agreement implementations that others are only talking about. And for us, it's very important that you have this operationalization of pledges and activities. And this brings us to the topic of youth entrepreneurship or climate entrepreneurship, and how we can really build an incentive mechanism for young people who take action. And Ari Eisenstadt has been with us at a workshop that we have organized in January this year at the United Nations in Vienna about youth engagement in Agenda 2030 through social entrepreneurship and digital social currencies. And perhaps Ari can add a few words about this and then build also the link to Moeda as this is concerned.
Thank you so much, Mir. I'd be happy to. Do you have, I just shared the presentation with you. If you can pull that up, or I can
the Moeda one already.
There's a Moeda presentation, and then I have my Impact Investing in Social Entrepreneurship for Sustainable Development presentation. So we'll be discussing how we can use the power of blockchain technology to really instill this next generation of social entrepreneurs.
This blockchain
and
COP23 document, or which one?
Yes.
It says you need permission.
You need permission. I thought I gave you permission.
Perhaps
so if you could just hit
signed in with the wrong one.
Just hit request access, and I can do that very quickly. Okay. So that should work now.
Okay.
Fantastic. Do you want me to come over there, or can you switch the slides for me?
I can switch them for you.
Fantastic. So I talked a little bit about what I'd love to cover today, and talking about impact investment, social entrepreneurship for sustainable development. In particular, how we can use this blockchain technology. So a little bit about myself. So if you hit present there,
there,
top
okay.
right corner.
I can see. And then I will share it with the screen share.
The rest of people won't be able to have access anyway, so.
I'm sorry?
The rest of the group won't have access anyway, so there's no need to share.
No, but it's it will be recorded for people to watch later the video of this presentation. It is good.
Great. So if you go to the next slide, please. Just a little introduction on myself. My name is Ari Eisenstadt. That's a virtual reality picture from the Youth Assembly this year. I've been an SDG activist since the negotiations back in 2015, where I had the opportunity to represent the International Chamber of Commerce, really showing how the largest and oldest business organization can help bring together the private sector for the Sustainable Development Goals. Before that, I've been an impact investor running a social venture capital fund, and as well as a social entrepreneur working on different projects around blockchain, around sustainability, and really passionate about climate action for that. You can hop over to the next slide. So today, this is from working and collaborating with the UN OICT Secretary Innovation Team. So they had this concept of technovation, and blockchain was one of those first flagship projects and events that we had in New York. So I want to talk a little bit about how impact investing, social innovation, and then sustainable development all work together. So first, impact investing. You can keep going. It's a lot smoother when I'm doing it. Back, please. So there are different levels of impact investing, and there's this whole spectrum of concessionary capital, of giving up the profit motive, all the way to the for-profit side and maximizing your impact, as well as government financing. So there's a whole ecosystem around this idea of impact investing that I think is really interesting to look at. And I'm really passionate about changing the perspective of the for-profit industry. I believe, first of all, that we are all investors. If you're spending money, you are an investor, and what you're choosing to spend your money on, you get to vote with your dollars. And now that we know, we have the data to really understand what climate action really means, we can be investors ourselves. And now with these new expanding distributed platforms, we can also be investing in these new social enterprises that are going to be incredibly impactful. So if you are a social entrepreneur, there are many different funding sources. There are competitions with accelerators and incubators. You can have grants, you can do crowdfunding, there are corporations. There's this concept of the friends and family round, which is what I was initially trying to disrupt, that there are very few people in the world that have access to rich friends and family members that can fund their very risky project. So we wanted to distribute that risk and allow for people to invest in those idea stage companies while being able to provide them access to resources and get into the next levels of funding. There's also the concept of venture capital. So these are those larger later stage funding sources that I think are very problematic in many ways. First of all, we see the majority of venture capital funding, high 90% going to white men. So we see very little diversity, and we see very few real risks being taken. We're seeing another photo sharing app, and we're not really getting, I think, what the mission of the venture capital industry has really set out to do in creating these new cutting edge technologies. But with blockchain technology, that's all changing. So that brings us then to the Sustainable Development Goals. Now, this is the first time in human history, if you can switch to the next slide, you guys, I'm sure, know this, but still very few people in the world do know about the Sustainable Development Goals. But this is really historic, that for the first time in human history, all of the governments of the world have agreed to this incredible agenda. And we now, from an investment perspective, have what it means to maximize your social and environmental impact. And so to achieve that, do you guys know how much this is going to cost? $120 trillion by 2030. So this is something that the governments and the nonprofits of the world cannot do by themselves. We need the private sector. And we're really in a right position for that. We're seeing exponential curves going up all over the place. We're going to this next fourth industrial revolution. In an organization I've been collaborating with, the UN Global Sustainability Index Institute, we've been looking at how the private sector has really been working for the Sustainable Development Goals. And of the 100 largest companies in the world, only 24% of them are talking about the SDGs. So we really want to change that number, and we're seeing that it's becoming more part of that consciousness. And we're seeing a new explosion in the startup world. So in this graph, I find this fascinating. On the left-hand side, that's the cost of starting a new company. And then on the right-hand side, it's the number of startups that are coming up. So we now have the majority of the world is under the age of 30, and over 60% of 20-year-olds want to start their own business. So we're seeing a perfect amount of time, a perfect time period for that. And this is showing that those making those early stage investments are actually that have the highest returns out of anything. And then if you look at sustainable investing, has the highest, has lower volatility and even higher. So this is the perfect place to be in the private sector. A little bit about my personal impact investments. I invested in Bitcoin back in 2013 when it was about $10. It recently is over $7,000, pushing $8,000 as this last week. And I'm really excited about the concept of these pickaxes, what can support the ecosystem. So the first investment that our fund made was with a company called GoGoCoin, social enterprise getting crypto debit and gift cards onto the market. And then Ethereum came out, and this is really going from just transferring value with Bitcoin to now having self-executing smart contracts. And that has allowed for this whole new ICO boom to really take place. I've also, if you can just go back, and I can finish those next 2 points. I've been designing what the next evolution of this will be in quantum crypto equity. So I think quantum computing is going to be incredibly disruptive, and in the next 10 years, that's something that we should really be looking at as far as our cryptography really goes with these underlying blockchain technologies. And then Moeda is really the most exciting blockchain company, and I'm very thrilled to be a part of that now. And Tina, the founder, will be speaking after me on that. So a little bit more. You can go to the next slide. A little bit more on the ecosystem, and I'm just wrapping up here. This is from April 2013 to January 16th, where we hosted our blockchain event in Vienna, and the market cap there was $15 billion. If you go to the next slide, you can see since then, over $200 billion. So this is the highest performing asset class. It is exploding. And we've never seen anything like this before. It's completely democratizing and decentralizing finance. And it's really thrilling to be a part of. So if you look more into the social innovation aspect of it, and we can go quickly through these exponential
because we have
exponential curves. Yeah, I'm just finishing up right here. These are the number of inventions, educational expenditures. We're really, again, seeing the same boom of blockchain technology. And this is also Moore's law. And if you go to the next slide as well, this is Rose's law. So this is with quantum computing, the idea of using a 0 and a 1 at the same time. You're computing in other dimensions. And Google was able to show that their computer is 100 million times faster than the next fastest computer. So what does that mean with Bitcoin mining and the future of that? So into sustainable development now, in my last minute, I will quickly go through the benefits of blockchain technology, having a transparent public ledger, secure encryption, affordable value transfer, it incentivizes intelligence, and it's universally available. This was our event in Vienna. We decided to democratize it and allow people to vote for it on Facebook. So we had over 10,000 views and 2,000 votes on it. And then at the blockchain hackathon for the SDGs in New York, that's where we designed one that Tina organized. The winning team then created this company Moeda, and since March, then in just a matter of 2 weeks has raised $20 million, the largest ever by a women-led team, and all geared towards investing in the sustainable development goals. So with that, I want to pass it over to Tina to talk about the mission of Moeda and what the vision is moving forward. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Miro, for having me here today. It's a pleasure to speak about Moeda. As Ari mentioned, just like 8 months ago, like since like March that it started, and now we are like a big team, almost 50 people, and it's very beautiful to grow in that space and to be part of that chart on the market cap, like growing and exponentially making change. And really is about what the blockchain technology is for the future. We are doing microfinance and micropayments right now, but also doing everything that is possible for the projects to be successful and to really incentivize people to do good for their communities and for the environment too. So that is a big shift on the thinking process, where we think in a long term and we make decisions in a right way, in a smart way, and that takes in consideration the environment and do the right and precise incentives to do so. So I'd love just to do like the short video on Moeda. Yeah, the second
It does
one.
not open.
If you just click it.
All around the world, there are an estimated 2 billion people who are unable to.
It will.
Will work.
All around the world, there are an estimated 2 billion people who are unable to use everyday financial systems most of us take for granted. So how can we empower these people to trade and achieve their goals and dreams? Meet Moeda. Moeda is the new cooperative banking system powered by blockchain technology, which is about to disrupt the impact investment sector globally by enabling anyone to make simple peer-to-peer payments and empower entrepreneurs to turn their dreams into reality. So how does it work? Let's meet Maria. Maria wants to be able to buy a small piece of land to grow vegetables to sell in her village. Maria is using Moeda to apply for seed funding for her project. By using Moeda, individuals and charities around the world can invest in Maria, allowing her to make an impact within her community. Maria can now sell vegetables in her neighborhood and make and receive payments to her clients and business partners using Moeda tokens, creating a simple new personal banking infrastructure. Moeda will launch in Brazil in association with the Green Cross, Unicafés, and Crexol under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Program. By partnering with existing cooperatives, Moeda has access to help hundreds of thousands of people and aims to quickly expand its services to global communities. Moeda, cooperative crypto banking, empowering global change one person at a time. Join us today at moeda.in.
So yes, we're very proud of our company and what we made so far, and we do see as a shortcut for.
Around the world, there are an estimated 2 billion people who are unable to use.
Yeah, just you go to the next slide, and I can guide you to the alpha application. So we are using blockchain technology for the identity part. So creating a virtual identity that is very powerful, especially for development countries, where the registration process can have room for a lot of fraud. So in Brazil, we do like the facial voice recognition and the recognition for the device, so we can really track everything into that identity. And because of the blockchain, like it's a transparent way, you cannot erase, you cannot duplicate. So that makes really the special on building the trust for someone from China that can donate directly for someone in Brazil and really track what they are doing in real time. So we provide a banking account where, like in Brazil, 80 million people don't have a bank account or they don't have access to microcredit right now. Part of the funding, $10 million, we will be using directly for the microcredit in Brazil so people can use also to send and receive payments like PayPal or Venmo does, but we don't use that much in Brazil, so that would be like a very disruptive thing, just the payment side too. We are working in conjunction with the cooperative system in Brazil. So we have partnered with 1,100 cooperatives right by that time. So they qualify and measure the metrics of to get selected the seed project. So the investors, they can choose from the Sustainable Development Goals. They choose a project and they see and they can track the project in real time based on their performance. If they are able to plan and execute on time and on budget, everything is stored on their digital identity and on the blockchain. So we can really measure and monitor what impact we are making on each sustainable development goal. So that's what we are doing right now, and we plan to expand Moeda globally and I think in cooperation, we can really work into better metrics to see how we can improve decision making and how we drive finance to support the environment and the planet to grow in a sustainable way. Thank you.
We are delighted that you are working with us. And now presentation of Alistair regarding climate finance and the new publication. And then we have also a very competent speaker from Washington, but we are sorting out some technology issues before. So 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen in the room and from around the world. My thanks to Miroslav and Alexei for inviting me to this exciting meeting today. Just a little introduction. My name's Alistair Mark. Currently climate finance consultant with Ricardo Energy Environment based in London. I'm also the editor of a forthcoming book entitled Transforming Climate Finance and Green Investment with Blockchains, to be released hopefully in the first quarter of the next year. This book is the first piece of hard work by the International Core Group on Blockchain Climate Finance, which I started on LinkedIn last year. Blockchain may be a new thing to climate change policymakers, yet in old quotes from a French poet in the 19th century, Victor Hugo, which is still quite quotable today, there's one thing more powerful than all the armies in the world, and that is an idea whose time has come. Over the last 2 centuries, the time came to technology developments which have created climate change. Now, it's the ideas whose time has come, exactly this is where the COP23 is to deploy the emerging digital technology, blockchain, to turn around the trend of climate change. Our core group members or book contributors come from 20 countries, from United Kingdom to China, and from Australia to the United States, including Alexei here from Russian Carbon Fund. All share common visions. Blockchain, artificial intelligence, or Internet of Things are set to revolutionize global climate change governance. They will start with facilitating the implementation of Paris Agreement, especially Articles 6 and 9 on emissions reductions and climate finance, respectively. We've spent no less than 25 years on climate negotiations, but the progress can't catch up with how fast the climate changes. One of the biggest challenges to fighting climate change effectively is sheer lack of trust. It's been such a lack of trust unnecessarily cultivates so much bureaucracy in many international climate funds today that some least developed countries like Fiji, who is presiding over the conference this year, can't easily handle in order to get the funding they desperately need to cope with the adverse impacts of climate change. Lengthy delays in the disbursement of climate finance have increasingly become a norm. I would imagine that by the time these aggrieved receive the much needed funding, the water level will have already got their eyebrows soaked. The current system has got to change. The urgency of the very matter prompts me to set up this international core group that aims to bring together all the like-minded, worldly conscious fintech talents and thought leaders on a common platform to break the logjam and make a genuine, meaningful difference in this era. I would like to bring the blockchain discussion, which concentrates on the banking sector currently, to the climate change policy community. The Economist rightly says blockchain is a trust machine. Blockchain will build trust among nations in this conference hall, without which the successful conclusion and effective implementation of the climate agreements will become a mission impossible. We can expect that trust is bolstered by the ability actually to see whether or not your negotiating partners are in fact living up to the emissions reduction finance commitments of $100 billion a year they've made. With such key features of distributed ledgers and smart contracts, this technology is making sure that developed country governments or private investors actually provide the funds they promise and ensure that the funds once committed actually get spent on areas that badly need them. The buzzword we use to refer to this paradigm of climate change governance these days is MRV, measurements, reporting, and verification. But MRV should be done in a smarter and faster way to catch up with climate change. I've said blockchain may be a new thing to climate change policymakers or stakeholders because blockchain is not the thing. It's the thing that enables the things, as Mark Butenhek of ING put it. But what are the things we try to enable in climate change governance, and exactly what the dedicated section in our book we talk about? We will be the world's first ever book that talks about how blockchain brings efficiency to the energy market by re-engineering the renewable energy smart grid for peer-to-peer energy trading among prosumers. It will involve new cryptocurrency systems that reward green energy prosumers fairly and replace some traditional policy like feed-in tariff and net metering. We will talk about how blockchain disrupts the emission trading market by redefining its greenhouse gas inventories management, carbon pricing, accounting, transparency, and reporting. We will talk about how blockchain speed matches funders or investors with climate vulnerable communities by fading out intermediaries in the current international climate funds while ensuring that all climate finance is results-based. In the book, we'll also talk about how the traditional legal and regulatory framework should be reformed to suit the coming blockchain era. If you're interested in our book, feel free to leave me your business card or your contacts on the sign-up sheet at a IAAI's booth on the first floor here. What's the booth number?
G20.
G21.02. At 11:30 this Friday, there will also be an event on disruptive technology and the international law of climate change to be hosted by the Center for International Governance and Innovations at the University Forum out of Bonn zone here. This book is just the beginning of this blockchain climate movement. In the next few years, it is my intention to translate into reality or even commercialize at least some of the innovative ideas by and for our members. At the same time, I hope to keep up today's momentum by collaborating with you, perhaps as a multi-stakeholder data partnership, which is a superb idea as Miroslav is proposing here today. There's nothing more difficult than to take the lead in the introductions of a new order of things. We have to create the turning points together. Let me close by just saying that it's indeed a privilege to me spending time with all of you today here in the room and all of you online, some of the brightest mind in the globe here as well on the UN campus today. I welcome any opportunity to stay in touch with all of you. Have a very good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Alistair, and congratulations to your great work. I will give now the word to Alexei to introduce Xiao Chen, and I don't have him yet here. I don't know, but you said that you are working with him.
Yeah, sure.
It's good to connect our work with him as well.
Great. I will be happy if Xiao Chen will join us today because he's a top climate and blockchain leader globally. He acts very actively in this field, networking, bringing together best actors, best experts, developers in this field on different continents. I'm very proud that Xiao Chen is a advisor in DAO IPCI project and helps us to further develop the ecosystem, bring new members. And also I can announce that some interesting activity is going on in the green bond area, green bond market, and will be soon announced. So now I will be happy if Xiao Chen can join us. Miroslav, can you help us?
He has got the invitation, and for a few minutes there, I have seen him online, but now he seems not to be in the Google Hangout call. So we have a few minutes left, and we will fill this also with our colleagues from CG, the Center for International Governance Innovations, who are also leading this topic in the field of governance and law.
Yes. Good morning, everyone, and hello to everyone online. My name is Timiobi Agana-Bajonsi. I'm a postdoctoral fellow at the Center for International Governance Innovation. We are a nonpartisan think tank based in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. And, we recently got into the blockchain space because we are an institution that looks at global governance, global security, global politics, economy, and international law. And we are very excited about the potential of blockchain. But of course, from a government perspective, it's something that has a lot of concern for a lot of people. So as governance experts, we are interested in investigating what are some of the challenges to this technology, what are some of the legal issues. I mean, when we're talking about smart contract, that's going to get lawyers really afraid because the idea of things automatically happening. I mean, in life, as a lawyer, the big work that you do is reacting to change. So the idea of something being immutable, and what does that mean from a legal perspective? How do you protect consumers from automatic contracts happening? So these are some of the things we're looking at. For instance, in the energy space, it's super interesting from the climate side to look at these new ways of being able to work on electricity grids and things like that. So what are some of the legal issues and governance issues that arise from that? Really interested to connect with people. If you go to the CG website, we've published some reports on the legal issues of looking at blockchain technology. We also have had roundtables in Toronto that we just published a report on. So, check us out. Find me on LinkedIn, Timia Biagana-Bajanti, and I'm happy to connect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chen is still not with us. We have guests also here at the end of this table. Would you like to say also a few words?
Well, maybe introduce myself.
Yes, that would be kind. Julia and Simon, could you? The water bottles here are on the way on the camera. Now it's fine.
Hi, I was just invited here by Alistair Mark because my name is Rion Kim Bakar. I'm from Climate Kick, which is EU-based public-private partnerships supporting climate innovation. And we currently support 5 use cases in the blockchain space on, for instance, mobility systems in Liechtenstein to RED and developing smart contracts for that. Also the climate implications of cryptocurrency. So we do several activities here. And I guess my presence here is just to basically listen to what's happening in this particular space, because our particular support for some of these applications kind of hinges on really understanding how fast it's going to be taking off and how it's actually going to be implemented, essentially. So I'm kind of taking a kind of watch and see type of role, and just kind of listening about what's going on in this particular area, and then hopefully learn a lot more about this technology.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's very good to have climate kids involved in this topic and with these pilot cases, use cases that you have described, because you have an important multiplier role in the corporate world in Europe, and also in the link with the governance side also of the European Commission. That's very good. Would anybody like to comment to any of the presentation, or also have an outlook regarding the potentials for cooperation? Because as I've mentioned, there is this call of the UNFCCC for these partnerships for using distributed ledger technologies, including blockchain, to support global climate action. I think this is a huge opportunity, really, and there should it's best for the UNFCCC and best also for all of us if we develop a proposal together that integrates, for instance, your concrete technological solution of handling impact, your solutions for getting financial transactions done connected with impact, and your legal considerations. That really the idea would be to think how there could be one leading consortium which would then partner with the UNFCCC to develop this blockchain-based background infrastructure for the NASCA portal. And, yes, please.
Yes, thanks, Miroslav. In Russian Carbon Fund and DAO IPCI, we truly share this approach, collaborative approach. And we also held a panel session related to blockchain and climate at the Moscow Climate Forum this summer. We invited many blockchain climate leaders from around the world. And at this event, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Blockchain Energy Labs from China. And in this memorandum, we aim to establish an international consortium, an international foundation dedicated to further development in these fields of blockchain, Internet of Things, and other IT technologies for reaching sustainability goals. And this is a very good case that we want to scale up, and we want to officially propose to establish some kind of, we think this is a great idea to establish some kind of international consortium, international movement, international foundation. We can work out the best legal structure of this to make it online or to make it offline, maybe based in Switzerland and stuff. And really think that together we can do more. We can combine our solutions because we're all pioneers in this at this stage, and we can really make great use cases and make greater impact.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Also, if I can add, in the spirit of that collaboration, I would like to thank our partners, the Green Cross International, which is a network of 30 countries, 33, and they'll also be presenting at our blockchain for social impacts booth. So I think within that lens of being able to build a consortium, we have some great partners that we would love to all collaborate with. So thank you for that suggestion and proposal, and I would love to talk more after.
Yeah, and one dimension is also our large-scale resource mobilization campaign. As you know, we think it makes very much sense if the global philanthropy sector and global social impact investment sector would really heavily engage into setting up such infrastructure. And it's also that we have in mind when we set up a consortium that at IAAI, we will heavily work towards channeling then resources also for the funding of such collaborative work of ours. And something that I also discussed with Alexei, and Ari has been with us already this year in January. There is this ACUNS conference, the Academic Council on the United Nations System, big UN conference in Vienna every year, mid of January. And we've had our Youth Entrepreneurship for Agenda 2030 workshop there this year as a pre-conference event. And in 2018, we could do this again with a focus on how to build the blockchain-based and NASCAR-connected transaction platform and ecosystem for young climate entrepreneurs or sustainable energy entrepreneurs, and perhaps also Moeda would help there financially. We will see, because you've had your investments now, and this could be catalytic for entering the next level of empowerment with crypto finance. Any further comments or concluding remarks?
Do you want to mention some of the seed projects so far?
Yes, like I was also like looking forward to see like Xiaoxian, because I was into one of the first conferences in DC in January, and that's where I really saw, like, January was like before March was the event that I had like this click that blockchain would really solve like so many problems, because Xiaoqian, he brought together on the stage people from all over the world that were doing like blockchain related to solar and to environmental issues and to health and to, like, I really saw the bigger broad perspective of the technology with Xiaoxian. So like just to, I know it.
We will try. We have at 2:30 we have a press conference which can be also followed live on the UNFCCC webcast homepage, and also later as video on demand. And we will try to get Xiaoqian then engaged, or in January in Vienna. We will certainly find ways to get this cooperation running, because it's for everybody better if we are working synergetically.
Beautiful, yes. I do think that we can achieve all the sustainable development goals, and we can shortcut the time on it by really applying the technology on this, like to make smart decisions and what we're currently doing right now, and to manage better the capital resources and the natural resources.
I think is a big shift right now, and we do have a learning gap. So we need to get more people to come here into like that session and to educate people in what we are doing and blockchain is. We were surprised yesterday that many young people, they didn't even know what blockchain means, and they were from like Europe and like high educated people and in big top universities that haven't even like heard about it. So it's important for us right now to educate people and to get to communicate the message in a simple way that they can understand how important that is to be implemented. The technology is there. Now the challenge is into implementing and getting the collaboration from the UN and the governments and get them to learn about it and educate them. I think is important for us right now to really move forward with what we're doing.
I think another issue is to let the people who can have the power to mobilize resources to help support the young people who would like to scale up blockchain technology into various innovative uses. Nowadays, we're not short of ideas, but we are short of resources and turn those ideas into reality. So I'm just wondering whether Miroslav multi-stakeholder data partnership platform could help a lot of young people achieve their dream or short-term goal in order to make their concept into reality.
Of course, that's the idea, and that because for these young people, the problem is that they are so isolated and disconnected from resources and everything, and it's also a trust issue because nowadays nobody is transferring money to somebody just because he says he's doing something for the environment. You need to have institutional and technological quality assurance mechanism, a trustworthy mechanism that then people will trust. Okay, yes, if here this young person has a certified impact, then I'm feeling well to reward this, being it by my carbon footprint offset money or so. So it's really, we want to empower young people that they take action.
So in case we've got a lot of funders or people from the AAGs online at the moment in this room, I just would like to make an urgent appeal that please be more generous to the young people who have great ideas to change the world. You can help them and yourself make the mark in the history of a civilization.
Exactly, it will help them, it help the youth, and it will help the world. And the climate.
Just be open-minded, be a person living in the 21st century.
It's a good investment.
Yes,
thank you.
For everybody.
For everybody,
Just like I would love to share that the funding for Moeda came from young people in China. Most of our investors, they are between their 20s, like from 20 to the oldest one is 28. He's younger than me. I'm 29. So maybe we are just like, let's get the youth together to really support each other, and the mechanism that we have right now, the ICO mechanism and the different types of seed funding allow us even better than VC capital. So it's blockchain again helping to like new ideas to grow and possibilitating like the ICO fundraising has like it's $1 billion right now. Like $1 billion went to new ideas this year. This year, $1 billion was funded through ICOs, initial coin offers to good ideas into health, into VR, AI, like all those new ideas was funded and mostly by young people.
But it's still quite small in terms of scale when you compare to the huge amount of money to go into the speculation markets every day.
That's true, but that is better than
nothing, right?
than 5 years ago.
This is a good start, but we still have a lot of work to do, and at least among us in this room or those online with us now, and we definitely need to move things forward with the resources to be to be mobilized by those very, very powerful people out there.
Absolutely, but that is like a lot of design problem too. The UX UI from all the things related to blockchain is terrible. So we do need to get less nerdy and get more mainstream.
Work together.
And simplify the message for the people to understand what this is all about, even for elders and generations and wealthy families, that they would be interested to participate, but because it's like too complicated, they don't want to even get started. As we simplify the way we communicate and design the applications and make it easier for people to join us, I think that is the challenge. That people to learn.
Yeah, you could be a very good ambassador telling the governments to put blockchain into mandatory education curriculum.
Yes.
That's a good move.
Yeah, YouTube is there too. Don't need like to standard education. People we have like social media right now that is very powerful. It's more powerful than my public TV channel right now. The YouTube celebrities, they have more views than the normal TV. So that is very powerful for us to leverage the social media and the power that we have with social media, doing live streaming, doing like everything, and to attract people to learn. They don't need to, until we get into like a national policy that will make it standard learning of blockchain. That would take like 4 years. Blockchain is already maybe all the technology there. We don't know where quantum blockchain is. But we have the tools right now to do it right now and to teach people how to do it and how to participate. And that is like our jobs, that we are privileged to be here. Like to be with the decision makers. They are all here.
We'll be more privileged if our doors are open to everybody.
Yes, but we are here to open the doors for everybody. We are welcoming people to be here with us, just using technology with the live stream.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
I'd also love to add. Miro talks about this giving pledge and this idea of focusing on these few billionaires that control most of the world's wealth. But I would love to propose this giving pledge of the new crypto wealthy. That again, just in the last few years, but certainly last few months, there's this whole new generation of people that have amassed a tremendous amount of wealth. And I think that we should encourage them and welcome them into the social impact, the philanthropy, and the sustainable development community, and allow them to really put this newfound wealth to great use to these types of causes. So I'd like to expand our tent of asks for those people to allow them to be able to give as well.
Wonderful. Very good idea. And we will work together on bringing us together again within the next months. One opportunity, as I said, would be in January in Vienna, or in California. It would be also an option, because in September next year, there is the California Global Climate Action Summit between the 12th and the 14th of September, convened by Governor Brown and the UNFCCC. It will be really one of the most important events for non-state actors' climate action next year. And as there's also a lot of technological expertise in Silicon Valley, but of course we have already leading expertise here, but still it is an area with huge needs for different applications. And so we could also be perhaps attractive if we would have another networking meeting also in Silicon Valley, and in with the aim that we in September would already present some concrete activities and concrete results of our cooperation as a consortium.
Absolutely, and I would also propose that for our every morning here we'll have meetings in collaboration with ECOS, the education, communication, and outreach stakeholders community. So we'd like to welcome and invite you all to those meetings. Where is tomorrow? In meeting room 2 at 9 a.m. Is that right?
Exactly, yes. And
So-
it can be found on the Facebook as a Climate Ecos. It's a group where you can join and to receive updates.
Fantastic.
Would you like to introduce yourself also from the finance climate?
I started on finance climate because other than that, yeah, but I got here. I had a story I had to write, so I got here a little late. But I was hoping to gain some insights. But
okay, we will be also at 2:30 at the press conference room. There you will see hear data. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for having been with us. Thanks, Anna, for filming, and our team members, also Julia and Simone, for being with us. They will help us implement our cooperation plans over the coming months. And with this, have a great and successful day here.